Hello, everyone. Jack, how are you? Varg, hello there. Nasra, good to see you, dear. Royal Doyle says, good to see you, Mehran. 24 from MO. Montreal, Massachusetts. Mogadishu? I don't know. Just spitballing here. Morocco? Mauritania? Mongolistan? This is my favorite. Missouri. Oh, okay. Well, that's the one I said first, didn't I? All right. And Royal Doyle says 24 from Mongolia. I mean, sorry, Missouri. I wish I could have some people from Mongolia. That would mean we would reach so far, and that would mean we are getting somewhere. It says my favorite drummer Neil Peart passed away. Oh, sorry to hear that, dear. It's been hard. You may have heard of him. He's Canadian from Rush. I'm sure I have enjoyed his music and heard his music, but unfortunately I'm not so good at names of artists and musicians. I'm good at enjoying their music, but don't know names. So as good as many other people who are really paying attention to the names of the artists. But Rush, I've heard the name, of course, the group Rush, and I'm sure I've heard their music and enjoyed. But I just don't have I don't know which band plays which music. I just know music. But of course, very sorry to hear that, and and of course many other people that we seem to lose for no reason, and it shows how vulnerable we all are, and how short this life really is, and in some cases much shorter than it normally is, and yet we hang on to things that is not really that important when we focus on the importance of life and health and losing life. Yet we allow such minor things as breakups and emotional hardship or arguments affect our life as if someone has actually perished, like that bad. So we should reserve that height of the emotions that we sometimes express in situations like breakups and some minor hardships in life for when, God forbid, we lose loved ones or people that we really respect and admire, like you have the feelings for Neil Peart and his passing, and many other people have, and also for people who just lost their lives for nothing in the incident of Ukrainian flight. And many of the people on that flight, as I heard, were young, brilliant students in universities across Canada, and each master in their own field or becoming one, brilliant stars, mom and dads with kids, sisters coming back to Canada for living here, and so on and so forth. And so I think the message is we should really cherish life as we should, rather than allowing certain things that are not really that important, like they're not matters of health or life and death, to bamboozle us, make us think that it's the most important thing in our life, and lose the sight of what really is the most precious in our life, which is our health and the health of the loved ones and everyone else on this earth, when they're not having negative effects on the good people of the world. All right. Stephen says, good afternoon, Mehran. Stephen, male, 39, Los Angeles. Hello, Stephen. Good to see you. I wonder if you guys hear me okay. Am I speaking too low, rather? Maybe I can help this out a little bit. Bring this a little bit closer to me. Perhaps. Oh, I see. All right. Is that any better? Or same? And Rocky, 40, Romania. Hello, Rocky. And Miguel from Portugal, 32. Thank you for that, Miguel. Miguel says, last time he speak, you helped me a lot, sir. Thank you. I'm delighted that you enjoyed it. Luna says, Salam Mehran. How is you? Hello, Luna. Luna Jan, how are you, dear? Luna, you are in Oman, right? Right? Am I right? Did you forget the protocol? Chris says, hello, Mehran. Doing a lot better now. Delighted to hear that, Chris. It's all been kicking off. So I've been told the new guy's mom, is not happy with the relationship. I told the person who was telling me that I'm not interested. Good for you. Good for you. Keep on your own path. You know, you can't ignore all the signs of the ocean and the weather when you want to put your boat on the ocean for a fishing trip or for whatever trip, for a journey. And then later on, when the boat capsizes, moan and groan that, why did this happen? Well, listen, you ignored all the signs. The storm, the wind, the rain, the thunder. And you still say, no, I'll be okay. No, it's all right. It's fun. Well, so don't ignore the facts and don't give in to your desire. Don't allow desire, listen to this, guys and girls, carefully. Don't allow your desire convince you that desire is your center. That your center, your persona, your psyche, your consciousness is desire. And you are subordinate to your desire, which pursues pleasure. And you become slave and subordinate, fragment of the desire which wants to pretend it is the persona, it is the center. You buy into that because desire wants to bribe you to do what it wants because it promises pleasure. And pleasure is what makes you feel good, makes you feel away from your problems, makes you feel you don't need to deal with anything because pleasure takes over thoughts, takes over everything that you might be concerned about. And for that, you are willing to sell your soul sometimes. In this case, selling your center, your being, the fact that you are it, that you are the human being that is born. And instead, you allow desire to become you, and you become a fragment and subordinate of desire. And lo and behold, after you have made that trade and believed and follow the desire, and become the slave of the desire, lo and behold, the desire itself is a subordinate to ego. So you've become third in line. When you are the master, desire, ego, they are your subordinates. They're supposed to hear you say, shut up, ego, you do as I tell you. And get lost, desire, I will choose what I pursue, what pleasure I accept. Not just because it's a pleasure, then I have to comply, because that's what I'm kind of programmed in a way to enjoy. No. It's like saying you're going to eat any food as long as it says on it food, but it could be shit in there. It could be something that's going to get you sick. You should be exercising your wisdom, your choices, your judgment. Is this food meeting the requirements and standards of health that I will not die if I eat it? It's not the action of eating, chewing and eating and swallowing that is going to give me health and make me survive. It is what I am chewing, what I'm swallowing. Same thing. It is not the pleasure coming from a desire of some kind that I'm supposed to. I will choose the desire that I want to pay attention to. I will choose what the ego wants to me run after to fluff it, make it feel good. I said, no, I don't need to. Get lost. You are an ego. You are not me. I am me. I am the master. You follow me. You listen to me. You're my subordinate. The same with the desire. You are the final judge, not to be an instrument, playing instrument in the hands of the desire or ego. Desire wants you to do the stuff because it promises you pleasure, yet itself is trying to, through pursuing and realizing that pleasure, to fluff the ego. It itself is something else's servant. All right. Having said that, let's move on to Juanpa. Juanpa, male 24, Costa Rica, says, hi, Mehran, pura vida, Juanpa. And there are 9 of us here. Why don't you guys take a moment and click on like if you like. We get paid first today. Pay up, guys. Cover charge. Thumbs up. Chris has booked a weekend away in New York with my friend. We are going to the Viking Museum. Ah, nice. And then for a few drinks. Good to be back in touch with my mates. There you go. Don't lose that. Not just for anything. Simply has to qualify heavily. Verge says, don't forget to like this amazing channel. Thank you for that. And Stephen says, sounds fine. Luna says, I want to thank you for helping me see the light again through your first of 3 books that I'm so glad to have purchased. Also, it was an aha, wake-up moment when reading about the trials and heart. Trials and heart. Let me see. Let me read this. Trials and heart. Trials and heartbreaking moments when the lady you met at your friend's chocolatier shop. Did I? Chocolatier. Oh, yeah. Ooh, where did you find that story? I hardly remember that. I must have mentioned in one of the videos. Her story is copy-paste that of mine, and your insightful advice to her was a literal wake-up moment for me. So, shukran. Shukran, dear. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you find it helpful. I have to find that video myself and see what was it, what was the story. But I do remember that there was a story. I can remember talking to someone at the chocolatier a long time ago, but I don't remember the details of it, of course. Adrian says almost World War III. Leaders fight and innocent people die. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Says hope that everything calms down. Poverty leads to all of this, Mehran, and also need for power. Yes, human being is stupid in general. And we have come up with all kinds of comforts, like indoor plumbings and furniture and so on. We have advanced technology and medicine. But we are still the same vicious beings, violent, vicious beings, uncivilized, and still a lot to learn since thousands of years ago. We only do our bidding and destructions through different means, more advanced weaponry. Otherwise, we're still lack proper judgment. Now, Barg, which is actually Miguel. Miguel says, because of you, sir, I learned to make my loneliness in my strange. I am alone. I born alone. And I will die alone. But alone, I have this strange to fight. You mean strength? Yeah, strength, I think. I think the autocorrect has mixed up your sentence. So I read it again. Because of you, sir, I learned to make my loneliness in my strength. I'm alone. I was born alone, and I will die alone. But alone, I have this strength to fight, and you make me believe, and I make me believe myself. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Remember, watch my video that says alone. And it shows that while you think alone, but you're not lonely, and alone means, in fact, all one. See, if you look at the old dictionary, alone, it's actually all one, which means you are one with the whole nature. Alone, all one, means we're all one. We're never alone. Someone, somewhere decided to turn that connection we have with each other, with the universe, and with nature in as a whole, into a separation of us and nature. Just like what I've explained in my series of Change is Coming. If you go on playlist called Change is Coming, the playlist Change is Coming, there's 6 or 7 videos in there. One of them is called I think it's called The Clones. The Clones. And in that, I have explained how we have been conditioned to feel and to be stripped of our powers that we are naturally born with. We've been conditioned and brainwashed that we are not connected with the mighty power of the universe. They have convinced us that we are separate from it rather than we are part of it, which gives us power. So perhaps you want to watch that video. Just go to the series called Change is Coming. There are a bunch of videos there you might actually enjoy. One of them is clones. One of them is the nature and you. One of them is why we meditate. Why meditate? And the other one is, I don't remember. The other one is called The End of Fear. That's the seminar I did in one of the local universities a few years ago, which is appropriate for that playlist. And then, of course, Desire and How to Stop It. These are some of the things that you might want to watch. It's a playlist, useful. It's got nothing to do with breakups, but it has a lot to do with who you are, your powers, your psyche, your conditioning, and all that. Luna says, it is indeed a sad day. For me, as our most respected Sultan of Oman passed on yesterday. Some feeling melancholy. I understand. If you respected, liked someone, some leader that you believed in, and it was good for you, for the people in general, you will have that feeling. But be thankful that it's not your mother or father. Be thankful that it's not your sister, brother, children. There are worse things that can happen. So take it for what it is and don't be too sad. Move on. Luna said, have you been, Mehran? Well, I've been. It's cold here. I was going to go for a walk today, but I may do that afterwards. And Miguel says, strong. Sorry, my bad English. No, it's all right. We figured it out. And Miguel says, and I stopped to drink too much coffee. Good. And learn to drink tea. Good. And you can now, if that was too much, drink calming tea, like, I don't know, chamomile or herbal tea. Salut. Prost. Miguel says, of course, my child helped me a lot. Single father. Ah, yes, yes. Very important to be a very good friend to your child. He says, I'm a father and mom. Yes, there's excellent power in that. Power of life. Love. The whole thing runs around love. If you have something or someone that you can open up that love gate and pour all that wonderful things that you can do for that person, for your child, services you can provide, care, comfort. And I'm not talking about opening the gate of love for some relationship. No, a real love. Real love. Not love based on intimacy relationship. Love based on truth. No expectations to come back. Like for your child, for your son or daughter. For life itself. For people who need it. And you don't expect anything back. You just want to do something for them. To alleviate their problems. Gives you a good feeling. You see, the more positive energy you extend, the more positive energy fills you up. The more negative and shitty energy you extend to people and try to harm them, do bad things, the more shitty energy will fill you up. And you become the shittiest and shittiest and shittiest. And these are the people who are around in this world. And you feel them, you see them, you feel their energy. Learn to know people through the energy you feel from them, not through their looks or what they say, the words they say. The words on their own have a meaning. You can't contest that. The meaning of the word should not be the representation of the person who uttered it. That person who uttered words is possibly hiding behind the meanings of the words to hide his own identity, her own identity. So these nice words affect you nice because they have a meaning in the dictionary. It's incontestable. But the person who uttered it is contestable. But you never get a chance to do that because you are under the influence of the words or the look of that person. So knowing people through their energy, learning how to know them, feel them, the resonation, the energy that gives you the essence of their consciousness and their intention, regardless of what they're wearing, how they look like, and what words they utter. How to know people through the invisible. That's when you really know a little bit more in how to pick your friends, your relationships, and how you negotiate other people who share this journey of life with you. Or they're just around. In your way, possibly. All right. Michael K. Films. Michael, how about the protocol? It's the first time you're here. Welcome. And why don't you let us know a little bit about you by simply 3 little codes: gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. Like male, female, or whatever your gender is, how old you are, and where you're tuning in from. That gives me a little bit of who you are, where you are, maybe culturally, age-wise, how I can respond, and so on and so forth. And I'll definitely get back to your question. Well, it's not a question. It's Michael says, there cannot be God if Auschwitz existed. Well, there are lots of atrocities in this journey of life that human beings, innocent human beings, have been subjected to. And of course, that is one of the most awful ones as well. So many bad things in this world. None of them is acceptable. None of them is worthy or not worthy. One of them, none of them is something that any human being should have to face with. And unfortunately, there are evil people in this world, and from time to time, we happen to find them in our ways, on our paths, which hopefully the world becomes smarter and smarter and makes sure many of such atrocities of any kind would not have a chance to harm human beings in general. Nasra says, I shared your video with my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Please, everyone, do the same as well. This channel has to grow as soon as possible. Come on now, what's going on? Wonderful channel. Honesty. Okay, that's right. Thank you. That's my today's propaganda manager, Nasra. Everyone click on like if you like. And if you don't like, just don't do anything. Just say bye-bye. And Wayne Mulani says, hey, I want to thank you. Your videos are really helped. Thank you very much for sharing that, Wayne. Do me a favor, put in a little bit of something from you, such as gender, age, and where you're tuning in from, so we know what our reach is, how far we have, and where you're tuning in from. And Miguel says, God exists in our health. People just don't understand. Michael says, how could somebody allow that to happen? Think about it. Yeah, definitely. And I watched that video and I see what you say. Miguel says, all is us, alone is all. Yeah. Alone is all. Yes. Versus clones. Yeah. And let's see. I lost you. Steven says, Mehran, what do you think about chasing women? Never do. I never have in the past, and girls would always come. Just lately, I've been the one pursuing and initiating contact. But I don't want to seem needy. No, it's not about needy. It's about being a man. What do you want? You want to be sitting somewhere reading your magazine and a qualified woman, beautiful in her way. Every woman is beautiful, depending on who likes what. But anyhow, a woman come and ask you out. It doesn't happen. It's not the way things have ever been. Regardless of how up to date or modern you want to call it to be, there's some things that should not change and doesn't change. And if it does, you won't have that same feeling or respect for such situations, which out of the blue, some woman comes and asks you out. What do you feel? Quickly you say, what does that mean? But if you do it the other way around, which has been, happening for thousands of years, it's the way it should be. So it's not being needy, it's just you're a man. You're supposed to approach a woman in proper places, in proper settings, and if you see there is enough direct interest that you can, pursue that without infringing on their privacy or, discomforting them in any way, shape, or form, intrusion in their privacy and space. There are ways to do it in a gentleman fashion and just communicate when it's appropriate and see where it goes. That's not being needy, it's just the way things are, All right. Nick Nagaranoa. Oh, Nick, yes. See, always when I start reading your last name, I forget who you are. But Nick, New Zealander, my friend, Kia Orano. says male 43, New Zealand, Kia Orano Matua Mehran. Hello again, wise one. Well, thank you very much. I gotta get my dictionary. The thing that I wrote somewhere. There it is. Kia ora koutou. That's right. That's the one I wanted to look up for. Thank you. You don't show up every time, so I keep losing my teacher and I forget the little that I learned. Kia ora koutou. Koutou. So Miguel says, the clones and the human nature, if I am not wrong. Yes, that's right. That's right. I really think it's something people might want to watch it. Stephen says, I feel like I'm trying too hard at times. Well, it's not that you're trying too hard. You are impatient because you really want to have a girlfriend or someone that you really want to spend time with. I mean, what's there not to want? Women are amazing, beautiful, and center of everything in this world. Whatever we do is for women. Just imagine if there was no women. What's the motivation? To even advance technology. What for? You always want to show off something, your ability, something to a woman. So enjoy it. That's not a problem. It's not trying too hard. You're just excited, and that's good. But don't let them to know that you're impatient. Then they'll just throw a monkey wrench in the wheel. It'll become difficult. The funny thing about women is, as amazing and beautiful they are, as soon as they know you like them, then they may not think that you're that hot, unless they're really confident about themselves and they know what they want, and then that would make a difference. But the ones who are playing, then that's a game for them. They want something that doesn't pay attention to them. Sometimes, not all of them. There are amazing women out there. We're talking about a certain percentage, small percentage. But this small percentage run around a lot, so you keep seeing them. And he says, I just want to let it happen rather than constantly pursuing a woman. Well, if it's pursuing too much, that means it's not the right girl, because imagine if a train is going, and you're running after it. It takes quite a bit of a time for you to keep running and catching up, But if you're coming this way and the train is also going your way, it'll be much faster. So if you are interested and she's interested, there will be not much pursuing. They will both be moving toward that introduction, that connection. But if she's not interested, you have to pursue always. That means she's not interested. She's going a different way. And you should just simply go your way, a different path. And let her be. And that would be fine. It's a two-way street. It's not about pursuing. You pursue to show your interest when it's appropriate. And if there is a reciprocation, then it gets somewhere that you can stop and discuss and talk and spend time, get to know each other, and enjoy the whole exploration of a relationship there. Otherwise, if it's constantly pursuing, that means it's a wrong choice. Miguel says, when I talk alone, sir, it's because I don't have family like mother or father or sister. I have my daughter, my only family. She makes me my day since 6-year-old. How old is she now, Miguel? It says orange tea I drink. And it says salute, sir. How old is your daughter, Varg? Oh, 7 in January 15. Oh, happy birthday to you in about 4 days. Well, listen. Listen to what I'm saying. Just a quick note to you. Look, you love your daughter very much, and you want to be the best father you can be. And she's the only one in your life, and you're the only family she has. Pretty much, I guess. Make sure that love of yours does not become too selfish. In other words, to the point that she will be limited to so many things that she should be able to do because you're scared if something happens to her. because you want to be protecting her all the time. You can protect her from a bit of a distance, meaning give her freedom when it's time. I'm not saying now, I'm saying when she's older. Give her enough freedom while you have spent enough time to give her the wisdom necessary for freedom first. When you have treated her, trained her, informed her wisely and with good information, then make sure she will be able to have enough leeway to see that you trust her and she can exercise what she's learned. Don't suffocate her by trying to protect her too much. Protection in this day and age, in this world, in this society, today's society, is very important. There are many, many bad people out there. Bad groups, bad people, bad places, bad influences. So that goes without saying. You stick to that and protect her and inform her as much as possibly you can. That's not what I'm talking about. But when you have given her all that information through discussion and talks, and make her become that skillful judge of situations, and she gets to the age that you can see she's got that whole basic information that can help her to make better judgments and the best judgment that she can at a given time, then let her feel that she can do that. She can be exercising her wisdom and using it. But still always monitor, because there's always negativity around. So all I'm saying is don't suffocate her. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. While you're definitely there to make sure she's safe, comfortable, protected. All right. So thank you, Miguel. You're so kind. Thank you for the kind words. So we go to Murray. Where have you been? M57, Manitoba, single, 1 year, 4 months, 26, marriage. Okay, so that means 1 year and 4 months after 26-year marriage. And he says, when I feel alone, I think of ex. But I'm alone, feel sad, cause alone, but I can't find, no drive to find someone new. Stop driving to find someone new. Start driving to rebuild and enjoy, be reacquainted with life. Rebuild your life. Focus on what things you like to do. The relationship and the women that you might be interested will happen while you are doing your regular day-to-day things. So don't just get up every morning and say, well, I'm not motivated because there's no woman in my life. Well, you first go make the life, continue your life, treat your life, then the woman will arrive and present herself in that life. Well, when you don't make efforts to create a life, an atmosphere of life, where you enjoy doing things, you enjoy life. When you create that, from that enjoyment and satisfaction of the life that you have created, there's an energy in that center, in that environment that you have created. That energy is happy, positive, inviting. And that is what invites and attracts women that you might find interesting to pursue and get to know each other. But if you sit alone and say, I'm alone and I don't have a woman, but to have a woman, you got to have a life, but I can't have a life until I have a woman, well, it's chicken and the egg. So focus on your life and enjoy your life, and then the rest will take care of itself. George says, male 28, Canada. Hello, George. Says, good evening, sir. My journey has come full circle. Really? Does that mean you got your doctorate degree? Or your girlfriend has come back? Or you found a new girlfriend and you're breaking up again? So let me now see which one of these predictions come true. And he says, I have made my way back to USA and my girlfriend broke up with me again. Okay, that's fine. You know what to expect. I told her it was for good and we're not getting back together. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you move on, man. There's nothing there for you. You are holding all the cards. You're the one who's educating yourself. You're becoming a doctor, and just be patient. Be patient. Don't let your desires to dictate the path that you should choose in life. Right now, your path is to become a doctor. God damn it, stop thinking about that and focus on that. And that will appear in your life when you're totally successful in that. Now that you have found what I mean by that, let's move on. And George says, now I just want to move and start to feel happy. Move on and do. Yes, you can, definitely, absolutely, and you will. Don't worry. That is a given. You don't have to do anything to be happy. See, that's the whole thing, guys. Everybody gets up in the morning, thinks, I got to do something to be happy. God damn it, the fact that you woke up and you have your tea or coffee, you can wash your face, you have a toilet, for heaven's sake, you don't have to go out in the boonies to do your business. That should be enough for you to be happy. If you have reasonable health, and that should be enough, right? There are many reasons to be happy. But if you limit your happiness to one single thing, to be a millionaire, to have that house, to have that girl, then you are a slave of that desire for happiness. That's not happiness. That's a job. That's a project. Happiness is supposed to be without need for any effort. Obvious. Observe your happiness. Don't look for it. It's there already. Happiness is there around you already. Observe it. You don't have to create it. Happiness is not something to be created. Happiness is something to be discovered. Happiness is something to become aware of it. It's an awareness, not a creation. Pretty much. Now I come down the podium and say, Nazra says, Mehran, I asked you last week a question about my cousin who remarried again to similar men like her ex-husband, who was alcoholic, cheater, and now her new husband divorced 4 times. How does she pick him? Or does she pick him? Also alcoholic, abusive, and manipulated. So what should she do? I don't know. Everybody's upset. Listen, let me tell you what you will come to know at the end. This is not your responsibility. This is not your decision. If she's stupid enough to not have learned from the kind of man and relationship that she was with, and still goes shopping and buys exact same shit, there's something wrong with her. You cannot be mixed up with that and bring yourself down. One of the worst things in life is that you become responsible for someone's happiness who doesn't give a shit about her own happiness. You're trying to convince someone to do something where she actually or he doesn't want to do it. Then you suffer because you're making effort, thinking that he or she wants to move on and find a solution to that problem, and you offer solutions, but those solutions never accepted. Why? Because she or he has no power to choose what she should pursue as far as her desires are concerned. She's weak, has no standards, and therefore she has no confidence. She picks up on whatever is offered to her. She doesn't choose. She's waiting to be chosen. Whoever chooses her and offers her, I don't know, whatever that she doesn't want to make an effort and make it for herself, she accepts. And that's because she's lazy. Her standards are low. You cannot be mixed up with that. You have to be king of your life. You can help people, offer help. The ones who don't want to take your hand, the ones who don't want to listen to reason, after you've tried enough, you move on. Otherwise, you're going to be brought down your energy, and you feel frustrated, and you feel that you can't accomplish something when it's not something for you to accomplish. So on that note, my suggestion to you is to hope that she will learn herself what to do. That's it. Honestly. All right. Miguel says, thanks, sir, a lot. I pray to you. I pray to all, but pray to you too. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. I appreciate that. Alec Aaron says, how do you move forward when I treated the most amazing woman I have ever met like shit? How do you move forward when I treated the most amazing woman I have ever met like shit and cannot get rid of this regret? She's gone and never wants anything to do with me again. Well, that's a lesson you learn, and you can't do anything about it. You gotta accept sometimes that you goofed, messed up, and you can't do anything about it. You can't fix it. It's like a beautiful, delicious, high-quality dish that was put in front of you for you to eat. You simply didn't treat it right. You waited until it was cold, and then you tried to eat it, but spilled on the floor. You didn't care. You pushed it away, and perhaps you even ended up not being careful and, I don't know, allowed it to become spoiled or splashed all over. You got mad and you threw the plate, that beautiful food, and it's all over the place. Now you can't pack it back up. It's all over the place, on the street, wherever. You can't go pick it up. So when you understand that you can't pick it up and you can't bring it back to that dish the way it was, then you understand you made a mistake, learn from it, make sure you will not treat the next wonderful dish that you might find in the same way. That's all. Otherwise, there's nothing else that you can fool yourself by saying, oh no, yeah, just learn from it. You fucked up and don't do it again. But life continues. This is what life is all about. It's not to come here, to be born wise of the world and make no mistakes. You're here to learn. And some of us need to learn more than the others because we make a lot more mistakes over and over. But we gotta learn that we gotta learn from those mistakes and use them for next challenges, next possible challenges come about. All right. So, Luna says, correction. I read the Chocolatier Cafe example in the Breakup Pain Handbook. Oh, really? It's in there? Oh. It's in the book. I gotta read that part. Very beautiful, Nick. Very, very nice. Nikki says, hi, Mehran. Hello, Nikki. So she says, hope all is well. Have you all forgot or just ignore the protocol, guys? What happened to you guys? It gives us a little bit of a notion to everyone. So, Excalibur says, greetings to my brother from another Persian mother. Okay. Hope you're doing well, dear. Just surviving winter and worrying about World War III, lol. No, there would be no World War III. Relax. Everything will be okay. Luna says, Nick, thank you for your kind condolences. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. And Miguel says, in your background, you have a picture with two fights. That is karate. Oh yes. The little one is my son when he was 5 years old, and is training with the teacher's son, which at the time was, I think, at least 3 or 4 years or 5 years older than him. And that was a just training session, which I thought I'd take a picture. I was there and just enjoyed it. And Adrian says, apology, good people are hard to find. Oh, analogy. Good people are, yes. And fighters, yeah. Yeah, they're sparring, training. Yeah. Rambak Jam says, hello, I'm a 37-year-old man from Sweden. Thank you for that. Thank you for observing the protocol. I appreciate that. Rambak. And says, I got cheated on by my girl. We have 2 kids. Ouch. Together. And I really need advice on how to cope with the hate. I really try for my kids, but it's so difficult. Yes, of course, I know. It is so difficult when a woman cheats on her man, or vice versa, but in this case we're talking about a woman cheating on her man. It's women don't seem to understand how it affects a man. They think they do, but they don't. Woman has always been very special to men. Heterosexual men live for that intimacy and that exclusivity. A woman means a lot to a traditional man, to a heterosexual man with old values. And when they don't realize that a man thinks of them as a heavenly entity, as a persona, spiritually and physically, to be protected and loved and honored, valued. And with such credentials and such value that they give to that woman, both spiritually and physically, when the woman goes and sleeps with another man while they're still in a relationship, to the boyfriend or to the husband, it's like she cheapened that God that the man had made of her, spiritually and physically. But because she doesn't think of herself in that way, to her is not a big deal possibly for the one who does it, not to every woman. Not every woman is a scumbag like that. And I don't mean that your woman is scumbag. The action is an action that the woman doesn't realize how it actually means and affects a man, because the way the man looks at this, looks at her, is totally different than the way she looks at herself. That's why it affects a man a lot more than the woman herself, because the woman says, so what? It's okay, we can get over it, we can move on. No, it's not, because you don't look at yourself the way your man thinks of you, spiritually and physically. So I guess that's something that is just comes with the territory of being a man and then one being a woman, not being able to absorb the whole chemistry and mentality, the psyche of man towards his woman. If they do, nobody would really cheat. They would just separate first, take care of that relationship, break up, and then they may go and sleep with someone. But while they're in a relationship and they do that, it affects both parts, regardless of the man doing it or the woman doing it, really heavily, seriously, nastily. But in this case that the woman has done, it even affects the man more than, in most cases, women are affected. Unless they have that amazing feeling about their man. But it's not necessarily the same, because men and women are made differently. Traditionally, they've been programmed in their genes, conditioned in their consciousness differently due to the way how things develop traditionally, culturally, and so on. Right or wrong, that's not the case. The fact that it was. So it's seeped into the gene, and that's how the man reacts, because of the programming that has been done through the history and has passed on through the genes and is part of his character. Therefore, his reactions and feelings in such situations is much more affecting him. However, having said that, how old are the kids? And what kind of communication is she having with you now? There's not much I can say, really. It's bad. It's not good. But you have two other reasons to see what you can do to make this. At least do your best so your children's lives will not be affected that much. It depends on your personal rules about a relationship and a woman who does this when you're in a relationship with her. Each individual has different way of seeing it. It depends on how you see it. Perhaps if you like, you can go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and make an appointment, a Skype appointment for us to explore this together one-on-one. It is not something that one could elaborate fully on a public forum, and I'm sure you don't want to talk about it further in more detail here. But should the over 1,600 videos that we have on this channel wasn't helpful, I have few videos on cheating, cheated, cheated on, stuff like that. The word cheat or cheating or cheated, if you use them on my search engine on my channel, you will see a number of videos. If they were not enough, then go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, click on Talk to Mehran via Skype, make an appointment. We'll explore it together. I mean, for first time clients, usually I offer an extra hour. So if you make an hour appointment, I will add another hour on me, and then we'll have 2 hours to explore it. Moira says, I don't know why I have been triggered lately. Yes, lonely cause alone. Yeah. Uh, Excalibur says, "Lol, is that true? Is that true, Mehran? You said everything we do is for women. Haha. Yeah, it is. Pretty much. I mean, not everything, but everything that matters. It reminds me of Freud. He also believes everything we do is directly or indirectly related to sex, but you never noticed it, huh? Yeah, uh, it is. You know, you're heterosexual male, you think about sex, you think about women all the time, and a woman motivate you and inspire you. Everything you want to do, which is even personal to you in your own life, even if there's no woman in your life, you do it for the time that there will be a woman in life, so you can actually tell her what you've accomplished, and hopefully she'll be proud of you. There's an amazing feeling and an amazing role women play on this life. And this is why sometimes it's very important when you're in a relationship and the woman is not of good caliber or serious enough to understand the value that she has in the mind of her boyfriend or her husband, and she ends up not taking good care of that attention and does certain things that would really cause a certain kind of imbalance or emotional hardship in a man, more than she could think. All right. Miguel says, I teach well. Thanks. I want to learn more, to teach more. Yeah, you're obviously your heart is in the right place. You love your girl, your daughter, and you're doing as best as you can. Just as long as that is your intention, you will find a way. You will find what is the best way to deal with something or teach her, and so on and so forth. Elsie Chat says hello. Hello, dear. And remember, Elsie, if it's your first time here, welcome. At the same time, we ask everyone to provide a certain short information protocol, like gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. So that gives me a little bit about your background, cultural background, when I know where you're from. And the age will tell me what kind of a level in life I can communicate with you, and also helps me to know if you're younger than 18, 17, or you are over 21. So that again helps me to know who I'm speaking with and what kind of examples or sentences would be more communicative. George says 6 months till my MD. Aha! There we go. And George says, I understand all of that. Good. Delighted to hear that. Miguel says, aha, yes, you're right. Just a smile to life and say, I'm happy. Yeah. George says, thank you, Mehran. God bless. God bless you as well. And Miguel says, God bless Mehran. God bless all of you. And Miguel says, I share your channel to a Pakistan couple, new friends I made. Ah, good. Thank you. Thank you for that. And Miguel says, I train to karate and that I'm black belt. Shotokan. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Yeah, keep that training. Even if you do it at home, just do your katas and have the meditation, mind and body coordination, and connect with the nature. That's the whole purpose of all that. When it turns into self-defense, that's different, but when it turns to forgetting about the whole spiritual end of these martial arts and focus only on the physical end of it, then you're missing a big part. They're missing a big part. So I'm glad that you're attuned to that. Rob Claes says, just want to say thank you for helping me get over my breakup a couple of weeks ago. You are a gift to this world, Mehran. I wish you a happy and healthy 2020. Well, thank you very much, and I wish the same for you, and wish health and happiness for you and your loved ones as well. And thank you for the kind words, and I hope that others would soon recognize our channel and make this channel be where it's supposed to be. Right now, it's lost in the sea of YouTube channels. I have no idea. I've given up to try to promote it. I don't know what to do anymore. So unless you guys really constantly share the videos you like on your social media and talk about it, I don't know, in Reddit or in Discord or in other chat places, and introduce it. I don't know if it's your school paper, your company paper, or radio station in town, or television news, whatever it is that you can do to bring their attention to our channel, and perhaps they want to do a report on it, or maybe a interview with me. That would be good. We've done interviews with other companies, other entities now and then, and I would welcome it. It puts us on the map. And Miguel says, I have old values. Maybe it's hard for me to find someone who liked me in Portugal. No, I don't think so. I think there's probably, you have a great chance in Portugal to find someone amazing. Why not? They're everywhere. You just have to be a little patient and focus on your life. Let the energy you create through preparing and progressing your life and building your life to invite what you're looking for, and then you can assess it. I just focus to raise my child well. That's right, good. Physically and psychologically, yes, that's good. Teach right from wrong, that's good. Correct, you're right. Rambach says, thank you, sir. Your videos have really helped me. I might contact you in the future. My pleasure, for sure. Varj says, damn, I'm so sentimental when you talk about me, or someone talks about me, or someone talks about me. A damn tear tried to go out. Yes, I know how you feel. You probably do, because you feel victimized. You feel it's been done wrong to you. At the same time, you feel proud of yourself. Yet you feel sometimes sad about yourself. But it's not that you're sad about your life, because you love your daughter, and love is what fuels life. And you have that love. You don't have to look for it. That's the beauty of your life. But there are some other parts of your life that you would have liked it to be different. I understand that. But keep your eyes on the prize. And the prize is not just your daughter, which is the biggest part. But there is another part. Keep your eyes on the prize. And that prize is you in the future, after you have raised your child, after she is grown up enough that you then will look at you and will look back and see how you lived and how you treated your daughter, how you attended to your life and duties and responsibilities. And then you will see why you did that the way you did and how proud you are. And that's the prize. That's the prize that you should keep your eyes on right now. Don't worry about what you're going through. Go through it, because that's the most important thing that you want to accomplish in your life. And no amount of pleasure or desire could replace that. You may think that you need some of that. Well, that's normal. But keep your eyes on the prize. That's the one that will give you the power that you need later on in your life to accomplish anything else that you want, including a good relationship. Be a good man, be proud of yourself, then everybody else flocks around you because of your energy is true. Let's go to Reb says shared it on Reddit. Thank you. In Reddit/breakup, but it got no attention, sadly. Maybe share a video that you like, that you think is, maybe find that video that I have that says you'll be fine. I prove it to you. It's 12 minutes and it's about the pebbles. I'm sure everybody is aware of that one. Maybe you put that on. I don't know if you can put videos, links on Reddit or not. Just write down how to move on from breakup and then put that video link. If not on Reddit, on something else, wherever. I don't know. Facebook, wherever it is that you do. Discord, whatever. Luna says, fear not, Mehran. I too have advocated your channel, recommending it to 2 girlfriends who I believe could benefit from your help and time. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Use your Instagram, guys. The ones who have got big Instagram followers, that is where it's supposed to be, to talk about these sort of things, or Facebook, or whatever else you can figure out. I appreciate it humongously, more than you can think, because without you guys, I can't get this anywhere further. Without any kind of a help paddling to push this boat will just sit where it is if it doesn't sink. And Adrian says, how do you handle disappointments when things go bad all around in your life? Ooh, yeah, that's a very good question. I try to focus on the moment. I try to focus on the things that I love about my life. I try to focus on the things that I have in my life rather than the things that I don't have or the cause of disappointment. We're talking about normal things. We're not talking about health issues and so on. They're very difficult, but we're talking about normal things. So I try to focus on the moment, the actuality of life, which only happens in the moment, the now, not what was, which no longer is, but my memory wants to bring it to life and then feel bad and sad about it. No, not about something that hasn't happened. I'm thinking maybe it happens, worry about that and so on. That doesn't help either. But focus on the now. The now is the only place that you can make an effort. The efforts are made in the now. The efforts are not made in the past or in the future. The efforts are made in the now. So the now is the reality and actuality of life. The essence of life is now. Now is your past and now is your future. Now is everything. You are here because of your past. So now represents your past. And now is the seed and the foundation of what the future will be. So now is your future. So now is your past and now is your future. Now is everything. Now is life. So focus on now, where the efforts can be made, where modifications can be made. That's where life is all at. And focus on the things that you have. And focus on the things that you don't have and you don't want to have them. Think about it. These are the things that brings inspiration and satisfaction and balance and happiness in your life. Not wondering and worrying about the things that you don't have and letting it bring you down. Focus on what you do have. Focus on what you don't have and you don't want to have. Focus on the opportunities you can create. Focus on you, life, and life itself being the opportunity to bring about what you don't have and you want to have it. Also, it all can be put into foundation in the now. The seed can be planted in the now, in your efforts. And as long as you can make that effort, as long as you have the now, you can create everything, because the seed of anything is cultivated in the now. All right. Let's talk with who do we have? We lost it here. Vert says, thanks, sir. Really thanks. You're welcome. Alex says, 25-year-old male. Ah, thank you. Finally, someone is recognizing the protocol. Alex says, 25-year-old male, United States, looking back at life. What is the best advice you can give to a 25-year-old man in life? Live life in a way, make decisions in a way, conduct yourself in a way, live life in a way that you can enjoy it twice. Once, when you actually make the right decision, right behavior, correct decisions, the judgment, you enjoy it once then, the way you handle things in life as they are thrown at you. And once, when you're older and look back and say, I handled it well. Then for the same thing that you did, you're enjoying it twice. So your life will be enjoyed twice. Because you do the right thing when it needs to be done. You make the right decision as best as you can. When it needs to be done, you handle the things the best you can. When it needs to be handled, that's one-time enjoyment. You get the results of it. And you also enjoy it when you look back and see how you handled it. How you did what you did when you did it when you were younger. Perhaps that would be something I would like to share with you. Miguel says Varg means wolf. Her wolf means bear. Beowulf means light wolf or wolf of God. Ah, nice. Varg. Varg. Bear. Wolf. So, wolf of God, wolf of lightning. Interesting. Inspiring. Rambak says, I really struggle with missing her and hating her for what she did to me. Sometimes I do hope we'll find each other again. I'm completely mental. Am I completely mental? She cheated on me. How can I miss that woman? Well, because you're not missing who she is. You're missing the pleasure that she represented. You're missing the order that you had created with her together. You're missing the mechanical process, the things that you guys used to do, either together or individually, but knowing it is part of the order of things which you two have created based on your mechanical processes that had created that routine, that order. So what you're missing is you're missing the mechanical processes. And because they're not there, you're missing the order. the discipline and the routine of how things were. And then you think you're missing the girl. You are not missing the girl because that persona, that behavior is not something that you would welcome. But you do miss what you had created together. And that is the problem right now. And of course, you miss the pleasure of intimacy and all the good things. And when you miss her is because you don't really focus on what she's done. You focus on who she was. And what you're missing is who she was, not who she is. What she did, not what she did before this recent matter. And you're not missing what she did recently. You're missing what she did with you before the trouble, the stuff. And Varg says, name I give to myself, my birthday name, Miguel Angelo. Okay, good. Okay, guys, it looks like it's 1 hour and a half we spoke together, pretty much, and all questions have been answered. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I look forward to talk to you again. I'm not sure if it will be tomorrow or next week, but Lady Moss just sent a question. She says, 36-year-old female. From where, Lady Moss? Location, please. She says, bad fight with boyfriend before Christmas. I texted apology for my part and no response since. He's a direct person, so I don't expect ghosting or silent treatment. How long should I wait? Depends on the depth of the problem, Lady Moose. I don't have any detail of it, and there is no certain chart that I can look up and say, okay, fight before Christmas usually takes a month. Unfortunately. So perhaps if you like to go on my site, mind@6truth.com, make an appointment on Skype and we can explore it together one-on-one. Usually for new clients, for 1 hour appointment, I will throw in another appointment and we'll have 2 hours to discuss it together. Perhaps then I will have enough information. In the meantime, just be patient. Don't do anything hasty. Once you're sure of the status of that relationship, given time, then you can make other decisions, and perhaps we will get the chance to talk about it should you wish to make that appointment. Steven says, thank you, Mehran. I really enjoyed this live chat, as always. Berg says, sir, will try to come in your live stream when you're online to help your channel. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And try to help others. Thank you again. Make me better and I can tell why, but I'm here. Good. Okay. That's the first step. Well, listen, guys, I think we did meet all the questions again. It's now 1 hour and 31 minutes and 58 seconds, 59 to 1 hour and 32 minutes. So, again, I love you all. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you guys. And be good to yourself, to the others. And I'll look forward to talk to you soon. Bye for now.